From the perspective of a college student, how do AI generation tools fit with academic work, and how can we decide which tools might serve us best? To begin, what do we mean when we say artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the collective term for computer technologies and techniques that help solve complex problems by imitating the brain's ability to learn. Decades of work on machine learning and deep learning made the current leaps in generative AI possible. With generative AI, you can prompt the tool to respond to your question, like in the example shown here. Generative AI can give you answers for many questions, but they are not human and thus do not have knowledge or understanding of the material they generate, so users have to be careful with any content they receive. In some cases, AI engines go beyond being unreliable and offer information that has been labeled hallucinations, which we will discuss shortly. Currently, generative AI has some substantial limitations. These include their being prone to producing inaccurate information, not offering new information or new solutions to important questions, producing generic and unengaging content, producing biased information, and a lack of clarity where generative AI engines got their information. Finally, there are also many copyright and privacy concerns. So then, what should you consider if you are thinking about using AI for your academic assignments? First of all, what is required to access the tool? Is it free to use? If there is a free version, is it limited? And how is it limited? The majority of AI tools, at a minimum, require that you create an account. Many AI generation tools don't provide citations or references to tell us where the information comes from, which runs counter to the fundamentals of higher learning. In this example from Perplexity AI, the generated text does provide references. However, in this case, the majority of its sources are from Wikipedia, which is hardly a vetted, highly credible source in higher education. On the other hand, Elicit AI advertises itself as an AI tool for those who work in academic settings. It does recommend relevant academic papers on chosen topics. No matter what tool you use, you want to be certain that the content it shares is both accurate and avoids biased information. When generative AI hallucinates, it means that the information is wrong or that it could lead you to inaccurate conclusions. On this question, about the 1968 assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, Elicit produced information about the 1963 assassination of his brother. Clearly, generative AI has a ways to go. What are the privacy implications of generative AI? We have long been used to privacy violations from our many years of searching, shopping, and visiting websites. What's different about AI, according to the Stanford Center for Human-Centered AI, is the scale. AI systems are so data-hungry and intransparent that we have even less control over what information about us is collected, what it is used for, and how we might correct or remove such personal information. Before using AI tools for writing, you should ask yourself, why am I using this? Is it helping or hurting my learning? Am I generating ideas, identifying ways to focus or broaden my topic, looking for ways to organize my essay, getting help with drafting initial arguments, gaining feedback on my writing, or getting help with revising a thesis? Ultimately, you have to ask yourself whether using generative AI will help you grow as a writer. In the case of academic research, generative AI is most useful for the initial steps of research, such as brainstorming topic ideas or getting an idea of the depth or breadth of a topic you have in mind. Once you select a topic, you can use AI to provide helpful background information and key terminology. From there, you can ask generative AI to create some examples of research questions to guide your research further. You could also prompt it to suggest thesis ideas and identify what types of evidence you might need to find to support your topic. At that point, you can turn to the type of reliable and credible published sources you can find using the libraries and through trusted web sources. However, throughout the process, remember that you and not AI tools are in control of the writing process and crafting of your work. And whatever the source, make sure you evaluate it using Prowl. One of the most controversial and legally fraught aspects of generative AI is that these large language models are almost certainly trained on material that includes copyrighted works. The question is, how is that fair to authors who hold legal protection for their work? Lastly, a reminder. If you're using generative AI for course assignments, you must have the permission of the faculty member you're working with. As the college academic integrity policy states, you are not permitted to pass off others' work as your own. That includes AI-generated material. Just for fun, can you guess which images from the tutorial are generated by AI? Those images that remain are AI-generated.